Max Scherzer in a Los Angeles Dodgers uniform, ready to make his Dodger debut in front of a sellout crowd at Dodger Stadium. On Wednesday night, Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA, brought to you by your Southern California Land Rover retailers. Astros take game 1 3-0. We're all ready for game 2. We're walking inside. Joe Davis and Hershiser. What an exciting night. One of the best pitchers of the generation puts on Dodger blue and has his first start tonight.
And when you get a name like this with a resume like this, you worry, is he still at the top of his game? Of course he's still at the top of his game. This is one of the biggest impact pitchers there is. The biggest get at the trade deadline. Great job from Andrew Friedman. These Dodger fans are electric because it's the Astros, but they're even more electric because it's Max Scherzer, fastball, slider, change. Back in 2017 and 18, they were the top 3 pitches. They were in the top 10. He's still got that kind of stuff and can really dominate.
3-time Cy Young Award winner, top 5 in Cy Young voting 7 of the last 8 seasons. For more on Scherzer, here's Kirsten Watson.
Joe, over the weekend when I caught up with Max Scherzer, I asked him about the timing of all of this, making his Dodger debut at Dodger Stadium against the Astros. And he said, one, he had no idea what to expect. Obviously, we got a little bit of the taste from the fans last night, but he shared with me, he said for him, it's about he's going to come out here, he's going to compete, and he's going to do whatever he can to help this team win. He understands what the expectation is, not only from the fans, from this organization, but what this team can achieve. He's going to do whatever he can. Like I said, he's going to compete, do everything that he does so well, and help this team win, guys.
Houston and facing the team that he finished off in the World Series in 2019. It's the Dodgers. It's the Astros. It's Max Scherzer and his Dodger debut coming up after this. World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your SoCal Land Rover retailers. As the defending champion Dodgers try to salvage a series split against the Houston Astros. Where Scherzer tried to help him even the issue after the 3-0 win for the Astros last night. Lineup for the Astros here for game 2 looks like this, with Jose Altuve to lead it off again. And it'll be Michael Brantley, the American League leader in batting average at .330. Carlos Correa hits third. Yordan Alvarez hit the 2-run home run last night. He's the cleanup man in left. Aledmus Diaz, another start at first base. Kyle Tucker's in center. Robal Garcia at third. Jason Castro, the only difference from last night's lineup, hits 8th and catches. And Jake Odorizzi will round it out and do the pitching. And on the mound, a 3-time winner with a Cy Young. Top 5 finisher, 7 of the last 8 seasons. Acquired from Washington at the trade deadline. Tonight making his Dodger debut, it's Max Scherzer.
Another big game pitcher in this Dodger rotation. If it's Kershaw, if it's Buehler, and now Scherzer, this is an absolutely great addition to this rotation. You can pitch him in any slot. You can pitch him when you're ahead, when your backs are against the wall, and he's still got it. Fastball, slider, change, cutter, curveball. The key, of course, like with most pitchers, fastball location. The only thing that gets a little vulnerable is when he misses with that pitch.
Altuve serenaded by the same song that he was last night. Scherzer winds and deals, and off we go with strike one and a fastball with a swing and a miss from Altuve. Tried the same thing against Walker Buehler and hit about a 450-foot foul ball down the line. And eventually singled, part of the 2-for-4 night. 0-2.
Buehler's fastball was shoulder high. Scherzer has started him out with 2 bullets on the corner, one breaking and one 96.
0-2. Spoiled. And we'll do it again. Scherzer just turned 37 years old. And he's got, again, an arsenal where he's got several pitches he can go to. Several that have been dominant. Among the best offerings in the league. Nods with one that he likes. Deals 0-2. And strikes him out with a fastball.
Started with strength against strength. A fastball on the corner. Slowed him down with a couple of breaking balls and then went back to the gas. 97 on the corner. The crowd let you know what happened.
Welcome to L.A. Strikes out Altuve. Deals to Brantley. Fastball for a strike. Brantley hitting .330 to lead the majors, and even better over the last few weeks. And Brantley's always been great against Scherzer, hitting .347 with a home run and 8 doubles against him. On this 0-1, he leaves a fastball up, and it's 1-1. Brantley drove in the first run of the game for the Astros last night. Got an early RBI double from him, and then the late home run from Alvarez to win 3-0. Best record in the AL, 65-42. Hit down the line, deep to right. Michael Brantley with a solo shot. And for Max Scherzer, that has been the issue when there's been one. 75% of the runs that he allows come off of homers.
20th start of the year, 19th home run he's given up. Really, there's only been 2 rough outings that he's had all year. The 2 rough outings, 12 earnings. ERA in the other 17 outings, under 2. So he has been mostly dominant, and this hopefully is just a little nick.
We've talked through the years about against the elite pitchers, you're typically not going to put rallies together. If you're going to get him, it's going to be on home runs. Max Scherzer was one of the first guys you started having that conversation about. In this day and age of very low averages, but high home run totals. It's off of the inside part and ball one on Correa. He gives up more fly balls than anybody in baseball, but gives up fewer line drives than anybody. Not many hits to be had, but the ones that show up a lot of times leave the yard. On a 2-0, Correa watches the strike. 2-1. Last start for the Nationals against the Phillies last Thursday. Gave up 1 run and a solo home run to JT Realmuto. Over 6. That was after he had been scratched from his prior start with triceps tightness. So the Nationals sending him out there the day ultimately that he was traded, trying to prove the teams that he was in fact healthy. Line drive over Betts. Correa's first hit of the series.
A couple of fastballs the Astros have picked on. One ended up being the home run. This one a base hit up the middle and a hitter's count. He said that it's hard to string hits together against him, and we're going to see right here and shut this inning down.
Runner at first, one gone, and Scherzer to face Yordan Alvarez. Who crushed that 2-run home run last night. 48th career homer. 150 career RBIs. 150 RBIs in 180 games. He's the fastest player to reach that that's still active, just beating Albert Pujols. He needed 188 games to get 150. '24-year-old slugger waits on this 1-0 and watches a strike.
A very impressive young hitter. The numbers are impressive, but his approach in the box so calm and powerful. Picked on a breaking ball right there and went yard.
One of the great breaking ball hitters in the game. Got a fastball here, lifted it the other way, deep to the left field corner. Pollock has room. Correa tagging, trying to take second, and he will. So Correa into scoring position. 2 gone for Aledmys Diaz. We're talking a little bit about the breakdown of Max Scherzer's pitches. Left-handed column percentage of the time that he uses them. Right-handed column average against. This is the on Statcast presented by Google.
Curveball he doesn't use much, so you see that 310 average at the bottom, but he did drop a few on Alvarez in the last at bat. But the key really is they're not going to hit very high off of any pitch. You do have to string hits together to score on him.
2 gone. Here's Diaz. Scherzer deals. Maybe a cross up there with Smith.
Yep, definitely a little cross up. No need for a meeting, so maybe Will might have forgot what he called. Well, Max and he are just locked in, and they are going to have a meeting now. The older the pitcher, the more complicated the signs. Because they become more and more comfortable in situations and really get a little bit more meticulous about, I don't want anybody to know what's coming. But with the younger guys, they're getting used to sets of signs. And nowadays, with what's going on in baseball, there's more and more of it at the minor leagues, getting guys used to a lot of different sets of signs.
37 years old in his 14th major league year, Max Scherzer. Facing a hot hitter in Diaz. And missing inside, 2 balls, no strikes. First 5 years as a big leaguer, he was above average, but only by a little bit. Starting off in Arizona, then Detroit. But in his 8 years since turning 28 years old, 3 Cy Youngs, 7 top 5 finishes. Been an all-star 8 times. Foul back, and it's 2-1. Won it with the Tigers in 2013. Back-to-back seasons with the Nationals in 16 and 17. And they got a World Series ring in 2019. Was supposed to start Game 5 against the Astros of the World Series, but he was scratched because of a sore neck. Got ready in time for Game 7, which the Nationals won for their first world title. A 2-1 to Diaz, to the knees with the slider, and it's 2-2. Two. Full count.
This battery has been together for a warm-up before a game and this inning. And it's a little bit rocky as far as getting on the same page, but that's to be expected.
Correa at second, 2 gone, and a 3-2 coming from Scherzer. Fastball, bullseye, strike 3. Bookend K's in the first inning for Max Scherzer. Home run from Michael Brantley, though. And it's 1-0 Astros as the Dodgers come up to bat after this. Well, the Dodgers playing from behind tonight after the Brantley home run. Here's the lineup for Dave Roberts. with Mookie Betts to lead it off. And again started second base. Then Muncy and Turner, Seager, Smith, and Taylor. A.J. Pollock in left and Cody Bellinger hitting eighth and starting in right. On the mound for the Astros, 31-year-old Jake Odorizzi is in his first year with Houston. Got off to a really bad start. He was dealing with some forearm and elbow issues. Been a lot better lately. Last 8 starts, he's got a 2.97.
Odorizzi throws a wide array of pitches. When you look at him, you see the average of 278 and 254. Those batting averages against, that's the hard stuff, and that's what the Dodgers' strength is. So he is probably going to upgrade the percentages of the splitter, the slider, and the other off-speed pitch.
As you saw on StatCast, powered by Google Cloud. 1 ball, no strikes on Mookie Betts, who had a single and a walk yesterday and is now 15 for his last 26. Chop foul, 1-1. Another start for him at second. Trey Turner, when he arrives, they hope this weekend, and is eligible to come off of the COVID list. And it gets a little more complicated in terms of where you play Mookie Betts, but right now he's most comfortable at second, coming back from that hip injury. Drives this ball in the air to center field, sending Tucker back, track, wall, it's gone! It's tied on a Betts home run!
Gone from he is heating up to he is hot with this pitch. A breaking ball that he supplies the power in the backspin. A little breezy here at Dodger Stadium right now with the sun going down, especially out a little bit to center field, but I'm not sure this needed any wind at all. He crushed it.
6th leadoff home run this year, the 28th of his career. Just like that, back at square one. Muncy attacks first pitch curveball, fouls it back, 0-1. Well, we had the home run discussion about Max Scherzer. For Jake Odorizzi, he had given up just 5 over his first few months of the year. That's his 5th in his last 3 starts and 1 hitter. Even his last time out was in Seattle on Wednesday early on in this road trip. He had 5 shutout innings to begin the game, but then gave up 2 home runs in the 6th. Once he had asked for time there, he says, "It's on me." Settles back in for this 0-1. 0-2. Muncy coming off a rare off night. He went 0 for 4. And had only his second 3-strikeout game of the year. He's not alone in that, though, was he? 13 Ks for the Dodgers. Shut out for the second time in their last 5. Didn't waste any time here, though. What a big tone-setting swing from Betts coming off last night.
No extra base hits for the Dodgers last night. A whole bunch of singles. And too many strikeouts, as you mentioned. No hits with men on base.
That was in 16 at-bats.
That's crazy. Mookie telling Walker, "I wish I could have supported you last night."
Two balls, 2 strikes. He's worked it full. And the Dodgers over their last 15 games, only 6-9. Just the Pirates and the Cubs worse in the National League. So the deficit remains 3.5, even though the Giants lost last night. 2 months left to go. On a payoff, Muncy watches ball 4. He chased a couple times last night, uncharacteristically, but he lays off here, and he's got a walk.
Third baseman, number 10, Justin Turner.
And here's Turner.
This offense has really been streaky, kind of boom or bust. And you don't mind the booms. You actually really enjoy those nights. They've got to get rid of the bust. They've got to find a way to have productive outs, get a few hits, string them together. Don't go into an offer and striking out when they start an inning. And you got to believe, even after Mookie's home run, this is a fresh start to an inning.
Odorizzi's first one. Turner watches ball one. To your point, Oral, last 7 games in the wins, they're averaging 10. In the 4 losses, they have 6 runs total. One ball, no strikes. Turner watches a sinker come back in there, 1-1.
Tailed just enough to catch that outside corner. Justin with one of the singles last night in a 2-strike count, just kind of served it over to right field. He's still got the big hole on the right side.
Fouls off a slider, 1-2.
Such a good 2-strike approach. And the reason he uses the right side so much with his 2-strike approach is because he lets the ball get deep. Partially because that's the design of the swing and that approach, and the other thing is just making sure it's a strike, not panicking.
Muncy at first, nobody out. Tied at 1 in the first as Turner fouls it again, and it stays at 1-2. First time Jake Odorizzi's ever faced the Dodgers. Here in his 10th year with Major League time. He was the first-round draft pick of the Brewers, and then they traded him as a key piece in the Zach Greinke deal more than a decade ago. Debuted with the Royals when he was 22 years old. And 4 years in Tampa. 3 years with the Twins, where he was an all-star. Before signing this 2-year deal with Houston. Delivers 1-2 again, and Turner takes it in the dirt. It's his favorite pitch there, that splitter. And Turner's one of the best off-speed hitters in baseball.
Odorizzi needs to locate more than one of his pitches to just have a competitive night. If he can locate all 4, he can really do well. But locating for him is not just strikes. He needs to be near the edges.
Here comes the 2-2. It's on the edge and poke foul. Different edge than he wanted it, though.
Yeah, and up about thigh high, so that part of the edge doesn't always count against good hitters. You get away with that pitch with a guy that is pulling off the ball because now it's away from him and on the edge and it's hard to reach. But a guy like Justin Turner, you go outside edge, you better either be really up or really down.
Leadoff home run from Betts. Walk from Muncy. 7-pitch to Turner. Aiming away and getting the chase. Strike 3, 1 gone.
The fastball before that breaking pitch really set that one up because it ended up at the same height, but this one's slower and with some break, so that gets the chase. Good sequence right out of the same window.
One on, one out, 1-1 game. And here's Corey Seager. 3 for 13 in his first 4 games off of the IL. First pitch breaking ball, rolled to second. Altuve goes to second, and a nice stretch, but he comes off. Correa can't keep his foot on the bag, and everybody's safe. The bench coach is Joe Espada.
Well, you see a lot of throws to the first baseman on a bounce on purpose. Rarely do you see this play. Boy, it's going to be toe or leather. Is the toe on when the ball crisps the leather?
Muncy pointing. His foot's off.
He can do it all all at once.
That's, yeah.
Run, slide, umpire.
Man of many talents. So they are going to review it. Key thing is that the call on the field is safe.
That will not be clear and convincing. Maybe another angle might.
Wow. Really close, isn't it?
Wearing those rubber spikes, and they're just on around the outside, and they're covered in dirt, so it's hard to see that they're on the base or not because of the dirt.
He is safe. So the Dodgers catch a break here in the first inning. Ruled a fielder's choice E4. And a couple runners on for Will Smith. That's away in ball one. Will 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts last night. Did have a walk. More than an RBI per game since the All-Star break. On a 1-0, he watches ball 2.
Rizzi trying to work the edges. If the Dodgers can exercise their discipline muscle, they're going to get some good hitters counts.
Driven in the air to deep right field. Brantley's going back. He's at the track. He's at the wall. That one's gone. 3-run shot, Will Smith.
Smith's having a party, or should I say throwing a party.
Big Willie style.
Edgy but up, and he hits it right where it's pitched. The barrel stays behind it. This one brings noise.
That gives the Dodgers their first lead of the series at 4-1. Smith with his 5th home run in his last 13 games since the break. And now a strike to Taylor. Well, we've talked about the offense, and we've talked about the injuries. Last night, same lineup as tonight. This lineup is as whole as they've had all year. And so while last night was another bust, it's getting to the point where there's not an excuse for it anymore, because this lineup is pretty much fully whole, and they got Trey Turner coming. You figure it's just a matter of time now that they're healthy before they take off. The 1-1. 1-2.
The organization at the beginning of the year was the happiest it's ever been with its position player roster. The strength of it, the consistency, the resumes, not the potential, but the resumes that they could accomplish great things. And they've rarely been together. And now you're adding Trey Turner. That gives you coverage, and it gives you a little bit more depth.
Count evens at 2-2.
The depth doesn't really get it for this lineup when it's completely healthy. It's not a deep lineup. It's just a magnificent lineup.
And Taylor with a rare 0 for last night. At least these days, very rare. Still, though, last 13 games, he's hitting .357. He's got 6 long balls in that time. 2 of them in this inning against Odorizzi. And now full count on Taylor. Odorizzi with 1 gone in the first has thrown 25 pitches.
He doesn't have the stuff tonight to get him out in the strike zone. They're going to have to get greedy outside the strike zone, and if they don't do that, they should dominate with the bats.
Here's the payoff. Same as last night, a postseason environment in August. With a little twist. Another 3-2 and a shot off of the hands. It'll dunk into right for a base hit for Taylor. Third hit of the inning for the Dodgers. A 1-out base runner for A.J. Pollock in time for the Home Depot getting more done. Career best and Major League best currently 12-game hitting streak. Comes on the other side of an 8-game hitting streak with a walk sandwiched in the middle of that. Put it all together. 21-game on base streak where he's hitting .438.
A streak that gives you so much confidence when he strides to the plate now. There have been many times in a Dodger uniform for A.J. Pollock that he wasn't feeling like himself, wasn't completely healthy, and wasn't completely locked in. Now, everything you imagined he could be in a Dodger uniform is happening.
First inning visit from the pitching coach, Brent Straub.
A.J. Pollock.
After they were shut out in game 1, 4 runs before out number 2 in game 2. Crowd so badly last night, wanted to explode. And they never had that opportunity. Got a chance to right away tonight. Runner at first, 1 gone, and the first one from Odorizzi will come after a throw. This one gets by. Second error of the inning.
Chris Taylor probably not going to steal right here this early. 4-1. Let Pollock hit near the bottom of the order. But they checked on him twice and one got away.
The Astros, one of the best defensive teams in baseball, but not looking like it here. The error ahead of the home run. They had an extra runner aboard for it. And now an error that moves Taylor into scoring position, and Phil Maton warming in the bullpen. Now the first pitch to Pollock. Grounded to short. Correa throws him out.
Number 35,
8th man to bat in the first inning is Cody Bellinger. Infield single last night. You see there 3 for his last 9. All 3 of those hits have been infield hits. Grounds the first one foul.
2 out, nobody on. You'd want Cody in the 8 hole to kind of turn the lineup over, be disciplined, make sure that you get strikes. But here with a man on second, man in scoring position, you don't mind if he expands his strike zone a little bit to put the ball in play with the pitcher on deck.
Takes a splitter for a ball, and it's 1-1. One and two.
It's amazing how a little offense can change the narrative on a pitching performance. They get this many runs yesterday. Walker Buehler wins the game. You're talking Cy Young. You're talking outstanding outing. Oh, the bullpen gave up a couple scratch runs, but they held it together and they won 4-3.
Taylor at second, 2 gone. Bellinger pops it up. Into shallow center field where Correa puts it away and ends the inning. But the Dodgers strike for 4. Mookie Betts, another leadoff home run to tie the game at 1. After a walk and then an error, Will Smith came up. He goes the other way for his 15th of the year, and it's 4-1 after 1.
Your Southern California Lexus dealers, dazzling debut. That's Max out there, and you can still sparkle with a 1 run up there. Something extra base hits. They got 2 of those, Will Smith and Mookie Betts. That's better than the singles from yesterday. And stop streaking. All 5 hits yesterday were just base hits, but the streaks are really about boom and bust. What Joe talked about earlier, 10 runs in their wins, only 1.5 runs in their losses.
Scherzer goes back to work with the Dodgers up 4-1 as we go to the second. Kyle Tucker leads it off, and a fastball is fouled into the glove, strike 1. Tucker reached 3 times last night. Had a double and walked twice. One of the top hitters in the American League quietly since a slow start. Some bad luck over the first month. Started falling in for him. Very talented young player. Does a lot of things well. He's behind here 0-2. Sight to behold, isn't it?
Yeah, makes you smile.
It was easy to dream about a month ago. Would the Nationals deal Max Scherzer? Are they far enough out of it? Would they deal him? Even if they were far enough out of it, would they deal the franchise icon in the last year of his deal? You knew if they would, Dodgers would be at the table, but so would the Giants, so would the Padres. That's low, and it's 2-2. And then Thursday afternoon rolls around, 1 day before the deadline, and it's reported that Max Scherzer is going to the San Diego Padres. And the sense was that it was very close to being a done deal. We finished off the day game in San Francisco saying, yeah, that's, I believe your words were, that's not good.
Yeah,
Max
exactly.
Scherzer to the Padres. So not only to get him, but to get him after it looked like and felt like for a lot of baseball that Scherzer was going to be a Padre, that's a whole nother layer to how it makes the Dodgers and their fans feel. This guy's suiting up in Dodger blue.
It feels like that report was more a shot over the bow to all organizations, like get your best and last offer in. A little leak. You never know where a leak comes from. Is it from an agent? Is it a reporter that's been close to the situation and all of a sudden thinks he's got enough to report something? Is it from the home organization in Washington? Did they leak something to kind of say, guys, we're serious. It's about to get done and you need your best and last offer in.
It's about to go down.
It did go down.
It did.
And he's in the right uniform.
He's throwing 2-2 and getting Tucker for the first out of the second.
Swing and miss stuff. He is at it again. 5 swings and misses so far here with only 4 outs on the board.
It's more swings and misses than anybody in baseball. And he's got 3 Ks on his way to 10 for the Dodgers tonight. If they get that, everybody gets a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow. Well, Max says that he heard about the Padres thing through Twitter. So Bill Garcia looks at a strike, and so because he hadn't heard anything from Mike Rizzo, who was being very communicative with him and keep him abreast on everything, he didn't think that it was real. Although he said Twitter's usually pretty good with those things. Oh, 2.
I think everybody involved except for the Padres got a gut punch. They probably got their gut punch a little later.
Well, Scherzer had 10 and 5 rights, which means 10 years in the majors, 5 with one team. Change up gets Garcia swinging, back-to-back Ks to open the second, and what that means is that he had the right to veto any trade, and so he made it known to the Nationals without saying I have to go here or here, that he would like to stay in the National League, the familiarity that he has with the league, and just a couple months left in the season, didn't want to move into an entirely new set of data and hitters, and if possible, he would love to pitch in a warm weather city. So he made that known and let happen whatever they could come up with. That wound up being this deal to the Dodgers along with Trey Turner as Jason Castro takes ball 1. And now strike 1. Third in the league in strikeouts, 150 of them this year now. Opponent's hitting 182. That's the 4th best average against in the National League. Here's 1-1 to Castro. Drops over the outside corner. 1-2. Struck out Tucker, struck out Garcia. Castro flips this one in the air to left center. Pollock to finish off a 1-2-3 second from Max Scherzer. Baseball on Spectrum Sportsnet LA is brought to you by the SoCal BMW Centers. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. And by Jack in the Box. Our $6.99 triple bacon cheesy Jack combo is here, only at Jack in the Box. Home runs from Betts and Smith in the first inning against Jake Odorizzi, and it's 4-1 Dodgers to the last of the second.
He can't really be real confident out there unless he starts to really hit the edges. The split finger he's not been able to throw for a strike. The Dodgers are not chasing it when it's down. And the only real chase slider that he's gotten so far has been the slider to Justin Turner. Other than that, they have had very comfortable at-bats.
Scherzer leads off this inning at the plate and fouls it off strike 1. Max, normally a really good hitter, but he's 0 for 35 this year.
Sometimes the eyes go faster than the arm.
Oh, 2.
He hits like a Dodger pitcher. He goes up there to compete.
Yeah. Takes it down and away, 1-2, and he will study the opposing pitcher just as much as he's going to study the opposing lineup that he'll face. Pokes one to second, backing up Altuve. Will lob it over to get him. One gone. Back to the top of the order, Mookie Betts started the game with a home run.
Mookie smoked this ball, breaking ball over the middle of the plate, and he did not miss it. He has made a huge adjustment on being able to cover the outside part of the plate.
Here's what we were talking about earlier. Over the last 7 games, 10 per game in the wins, 6 in the 4 losses combined. They get 4 in the first inning alone tonight, including the solo shot from Betts, who's now 16 for his last 27 with 5 homers. 1 ball, no strikes. We talked about it last night, but he says it's a stance adjustment that has led to him covering that outside part of the plate better. His feet wider apart. Doesn't feel like he's closing himself off as much.
When your feet are wider, your front foot gets down sooner. And then that stable base steadies the eyes and can launch the swing when he wants. Off-speed stuff today from the mound right here is below 50% when it comes to strikes or balls.
Two and one. Odorizzi comes back home, and Betts watches ball 3. Driven way up there, way back there, and gone again. Two at-bats, 2 home runs. Mookie Betts.
This is getting the head out. He hit a breaking ball. That's a 2-seamer in, and he just launches it. That bat felt so good in his hands, he held onto it for a while. No bat flip. That felt so good. I don't want to let go.
Should have just taken it with him. Strike 1 on Muncy. Betts with home runs numbers 16 and 17 over the first 2 innings of this game. Curveball fly to center for Tucker. 2 gone. Well, the Dodgers have won 15 in a row when Mookie Betts has multiple hits. Multiple hits already here, both of them home runs. His first multi-home run game this year. King of the 3 home run game. Tied with Sammy Sosa and Johnny Mize for the most in Major League history. As Turner comes up with 2 gone in the second.
Seems like every night for the Dodgers, especially in a loss, somebody else steps up and has to be the voice of the club. And Mookie at one time, a few days ago, said, you know what, it's time for us to step up. The offense needs to really start to carry this team and step up and really focus. And a lot of times you put the spotlight on the whole club, a lot of it comes back on you, and he is stepping up.
Two-0 to Turner. 2-1. Looked like a wonderful sports drink he had, too. Rich and everything good.
And with 2 home runs, if it had a label on it, it'd sell a lot of it.
Turner skies this one into shallow center field. Tucker will come on and make the catch to end the second. 3 home runs over the first 2 innings for the Dodgers. 2 of them from Mookie Betts. And the Dodgers lead 5-1. Our T-Mobile coverage cam on a gorgeous night in Los Angeles. Mookie Wood, 2 home runs in the first 2 innings for him. Scherzer pops up Odorizzi on the first pitch of the third. What do you think so far? This guy's pretty good, isn't he?
He is really good. I've loved what he's done with the energy and then with the difficulty after the home run. He stayed in the strike zone. I don't think it's a good time for me to talk. Let's just listen. Even if this was on radio, you will know what happens. Just close your eyes, and I'll tell you if he's out or not by the noise.
Yeah, you can close your eyes and tell that was a ball. Yep. A different night. Same team, but largely a new set of 52,000 fans sharing their own disdain. He strikes out Altuve for the second time, his 5th total tonight.
Dodger leadoff hitter has 2 home runs and 2 at-bats. Astro leadoff hitter has 2 at-bats, 2 strikeouts. You heard it first here.
Michael Brantley, who took Scherzer deep in the first inning, takes a low strike. With those 5 Ks, the Dodgers now 5 away from getting everybody a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow with the purchase of a large drink at LA area restaurants. Dodgers 5, Astros 1, Scherzer home with an 0-1. We've seen him use all his pitches tonight. And we talked about it right off of the top, but each one of them's taken a turn being dominant. Tonight, 2 strikeouts with the fastball, 2 strikeouts with the changeup, 1 with a curve. On the year, the league hitting below 200 on the fastball, the slider, and the change. 1-1 to Brantley. Top of the zone, strike 2 with the cutter.
Trying to cut it in on his hands, but he got half the equation right with the height of it. That sometimes work. And now with a 1-2 count, you can even try and be more specific.
The cutter will be around 90. The slider will be mid-80s. 0-1-2 in the dirt, and it's 2-2. And typically the cutter is to lefties, the slider is to righties. One of the best two-strike pitchers in baseball. The league hitting 115 with 2 strikes. And it ends in a strikeout more than half the time when it gets there. Home with a 2-2. Brantley pops it foul. We'll do it again. All that said, this is one of the best two-strike hitters in baseball, and a lineup full of good two-strike hitters, which we saw last night. At one point, 5 of their 6 hits in the game had come with 2 strikes. Just high, ball 3.
If he throws him a 3-2 changeup, 2-strike changeups from Max Scherzer this year being hit at 0.47 clip.
Not great.
That was a tough one to read right there. I think it might be a slider, which he throws rarely to lefties.
Charted as a changeup.
Probably pulled it a little bit then. Had a little different break to it. Normally goes the opposite direction.
Fly to left, A.J. Pollock. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings from Max Scherzer.
Spectrum Sports Educator Sweepstakes. 8 lucky winners will receive a $50 gift certificate from Shakey's Pizza, plus a virtual teaching kit. Enter online at SpectrumEducator.com for your chance to win.
4 in the first, 1 in the second. All off home runs for the Dodgers tonight. 2 from Betts, 1 from Smith. And Jake Odorizzi continues to have issues keeping the ball in the yard, something he had done very well over the first couple months this season. Which is interesting because he wasn't very good overall the first couple months. As the numbers have gotten better overall, it's come even though the ball started flying out of the yard. 1 ball, no strikes on Corey Seager. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning. On a 1-0 pitch, Seager cracks one on the ground. Correa's waiting on it. Fancy glove work. Throws out Seager. Here's Will Smith. Went the other way for a 3-run shot. Out of his 15 homers this year, just his second to the opposite field.
Everybody wanted a souvenir, but whoever got it was smiling, and so was Will Smith.
Takes ball 1. '26-year-old catcher on a staff with Clayton Kershaw and Max Scherzer. Could make the argument the 2 best pitchers of this generation. Justin Verlander's right in there. Jacob deGrom, not quite as long a track record as those guys. Certainly part of the conversation more and more. But again, you could make the argument there's the best left-hander, and on the mound tonight the best right-hander. 2-1.
I would agree with that, and Probably the two most that you'd want to see pitch, too.
Yeah, we talked about that during the pregame show last week when they announced the trade. Not only are Scherzer and Turner really good, they're two of the most fun players to watch play baseball in the sport.
They sure are. The intensity they bring, the excitement they bring with all the tools. Trey Turner, because he's going to play every day, might inject even more energy into this club than Max Scherzer.
2-2 to Smith. Hangers foul back.
From the rotation, you have winners and stoppers. Sometimes they're in the same body, but as an everyday player that brings speed that can affect the game defensively, on the bases, and then power, which can affect the game at any time. And then he hits for a very high average.
Another backup pitch that's dumped back. Yeah, Trey Turner, since the start of last season, only one player has been worth more wins above replacement, and that's Fernando Tatis Jr. You know, it's exciting. You know, he's well-rounded. But then you start seeing things like that and you realize how underrated he is. Smith down, swinging on the high fastball as Odorizzi gets his second K.
The MLB Ballpark app will complete your next visit to Dodger Stadium. Buy and manage game tickets, redeem offers, access exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today.
Taylor punched a blue base hit his first time for his first hit of this series. One ball, no strikes. Leaves it up there, 2-0.
Two Dodger strikeouts were both chases, the slider to Turner and the up fastball to Will Smith.
.31-year-old Jake Odorizzi out of Breeze, Illinois. Fires 2-0 and misses up and in, ball 3. Breeze is a tiny town, about 4,000 people, closer to St. Louis than it is Chicago. Drafted out of high school. First round pick of the Milwaukee Brewers, now 13 years ago. He's fallen behind 3-0 and has walked him on 4 pitches. Second walk of the game drawn by the Dodgers, and it brings up A.J. Pollock with 2 out. Grounded out to short on the first pitch that he saw. Splitter for a strike.
A little more of a running situation for Chris Taylor at first base with 2 outs. With 1 out and already 4 runs in for the Dodgers. I didn't think he would run, but they still checked on him and threw the ball away.
Pretty antsy looking over there.
A little glance into the catcher signs to see if he might be able to see something a little bit as far as off speed. Right-handed hitter up. Catcher sets up inside. Probably going to be a fastball. You won't want to run on that one, but if he sets up low and away and you see him flash something down and away like he wants a chase, it's a little better pitch to run on.
Dance party over there at first for Taylor. Pollock pops it foul. And it's 1-2.
With 2 strikes here, even more of a green light to run.
Odorizzi's had problems when there have been men on base this year. A lot of traffic in the early going of this one. From the stretch is 1-2. Ball 2. Taylor at first after the 2-out walk. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Pollock turns on a ball. High drive. Left field. Forget about it. Long gone.
Went from a running situation to a stroll. Chris Taylor just jogged. And watch this one fly. A.J. Pollock stay high.
Extends his career best hitting streak to 13 games. His on-base streak now 22. Fourth home run for the Dodgers in 3 2/3 against Jake Odorizzi. He comes home to Bellinger with ball 1. And Cody trying to join the fun. He and Turner the only Dodgers that haven't scored as far as position players.
If there's anybody in the lineup that needs some fun, it's Cody.
Carves this one out left center field over Alvarez and off the base of the wall. Bellinger into second with a double. That's fun. Doubles are fun.
Started with a 2-out walk. Then you get a 2-out bomb, and now you get a 2-out double. He goes down and gets it, extends those arms, hits it hard enough with a little side spin to powder the wall. And with his speed, easy 2.
Four in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third to support Max Scherzer, who bounced to second his first time at the plate. First pitch curveball is flipped foul. Old friend Yimi Garcia. One got off of the glove of Castro, but Bellinger not wanting to make the last out at third and have the pitcher lead off the fourth. Hung on.
Trying to frame it and get a strike. Not enough leather. Webbing couldn't hold it.
That's a broken frame. Scherzer ahead, 2 balls, 1 strike. It's kind of shocking seeing Max's offensive numbers, knowing how good a reputation he has as a hitter. Not only does he not have a hit, doesn't have a walk. Uh-oh. Yet. Ooh, generous outside corner.
Yeah.
Max is saying that's okay if I can have that one too. Down, swinging on a high fastball, and that's the inning. But they do it again. Another home run for them through 3 innings tonight. This one from A.J. Pollock. Number 14 of the year. And it's 7-1 after 3. Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr. Grab the new BLT Ranch sandwiches at Carl's Jr. and feed your happy. 7-1 Dodgers, 4 home runs over the first 3 innings. The newest Dodger, Max Scherzer, on the mound tonight. Although a newer Dodger announced today, Cole Hamels has signed a contract with LA. Pitched in 1 game last year for the Atlanta Braves. His last full season was in 2019 with the Cubs, and has been working out the last couple months. Through a couple sessions for interested teams, and the Dodgers sensing that there's still an issue in terms of depth in the pitching, and that you can never have enough depth, have signed Hamels.
Well, you love the pedigree. You love the pulse on the mound with him. And I love the fact that one of his best pitches is a changeup. So if anything, he's lost a little velocity, but he can make up for that with the differential in the changeup.
Scherzer has retired 8 straight. Carlos Correa leads off the 4th. And takes ball 1. Now, the Dodger fans have been relentless in sharing the feelings with 2 guys in particular, Altuve and Correa, the 2 guys in the lineup that were on the 17 team. 1 ball, 1 strike. Broken bat roller, Justin Turner. 1. A word from the Home Depot.
Get your job lineup in order. Snap a picture and let the Home Depot app find the product you need fast.
Here's Jordan Alvarez. Scherzer has retired 9 in a row since the home run and the single. Brantley and Correa in the first inning. He was at the end of like a 7-game road trip with the Nationals when the deadline came and the trade went down. So really this is one very long road trip for him and his family, from the road trip with the Nationals to Phoenix for the weekend, now to LA. Max and his wife Erica, they have 3 young kids. They have 4 dogs. 2 daughters, Brooklyn and Casey, and a baby boy named Derek. Get a fastball there, and it's 1-2. On May 2nd, Max Scherzer went out through a complete game at 1 o'clock. 4 hours later, he had hustled to the hospital to be there in time for Derek's birth. It is 1-2. Alvarez cues one, and you could hear how poor the contact was. The cue shot base hit beating the shift.
Well, Max threw a few stressful pitches in the first inning after the home run especially, but since then with the Dodgers support it's been a nice free and easy outing. He didn't get this kind of support in Washington.
No, not this year, that's for sure.
The 11th worst in the league. So this has got to be a little bit of fun for him with this crowd and this run support.
Diaz on the ground is short. Seager across the diamond. With the shift on, and Mookie new to the spot, at least recently. We're unable to turn it.
Yeah, Mookie broke to his right. You think about base runners having to understand where the fielders are, where they're going to run immediately. Well, Mookie, not sure Seager was going to get to this. You see the 2 steps one way, and Corey Seager says, 7-1, we'll just record the out at first. Instinctually, you want to run and go get the ball.
Yeah.
With the shifts, somebody's got to get the base.
Right, and while he's played second base before, that was a different time in 2013 and 14. And the shift was not nearly as big a part of the equation. Now, rarely are you lined up actually where second baseman traditionally plays. A high strike on Kyle Tucker. Just looking back at Mark Carlson saying this is Max Scherzer and it's hard enough. You can see Mookie's as close to where he's used to playing as he is where the second baseman traditionally plays.
Second and third base nowadays are more like rovers. Justin Turner will be out there sometimes.
Scherzer deals 0-1. A fastball is popped into shallow center field. Taylor can get it. And his throw to the plate is over Will Smith, allowing Tucker to move into second. It's a 7-2 game on a 2-out base hit from Kyle Tucker.
They're not getting the force out at second. Put a man into scoring position and then a blooper. Baseball probabilities. This one falls in. Chris Taylor gets jammed on the short hop, and that kind of throws the timing off with his feet and the throw right here. And he's trying to get it there as fast as possible in the air, but the launch angle is a little too high.
Yeah, high launch angle not great for the old throws, is it?
Nope.
Here's Robel Garcia, the 7-hitter, with 2 gone in the 4th. Found the zone there, 1-1. Crack bat fly ball, right center field. Taylor's there for this one, and that'll do it for the Astros in the 4th. They get 1, but the Dodgers lead 7-2. Garcia, who went to the Miami Marlins a couple of years ago and put together a really nice stretch there. He was acquired by the Astros at the deadline. Really the one clear issue that the Astros have has been the bullpen. So that's what they addressed. And Garcia part of the equation as they try to get better down there. It's Mookie Betts to lead off this fourth inning. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of home runs.
One on a breaking ball that got the Dodgers back to even. They were down 1-0. And then this one tacked on. Boy, did he love that swing. He'll replay that one for a while when he's in the cage.
I think we got just about everybody on board now. I know we've had some technical difficulties tonight. And we're bummed that you missed the first few innings with 4 home runs for the Dodgers. Not just the 2 from Betts, but 1 from Will Smith, 1 from A.J. Pollock. For Max Scherzer, 4 innings, 2 runs allowed. He's got 5 Ks over those first 4. And if you happen to watch last night's game, very similar in terms of the vibe, in terms of the feeling spewing down from 52,000 to the Houston Astros in their first trip here to Los Angeles in front of fans since the sign-stealing scheme was unveiled. So Garcia to Mookie Betts with ball 1. We talked about this after Mookie's second home run. He's going to have a few chances here to become the first player in Major League history to record 7 3-home run games. He's tied with Johnny Mize and Sammy Sosa with 6. He's ahead 2-0. On the corner with a fastball, and it's 2-1. Three balls, 1 strike. Muncy and Turner to follow.
When he first came to the Dodgers as a youngster, he was kind of like Phil Bickford. He was really dotting it with his fastball, dominant fastball. The breaking ball was just in development, but as it came along, it really put him into some high leverage situations.
Betts down the line, foul.
Frustrated at the plate as he jumped at that one a little too quick. He knew what he had. He just was a little off, a little quick on the timing. See the disgust.
So the count is full. And the payoff comes home. Popped on the infield. The catcher, Castro, retires Betts.
On Monday, August 16th, when the Dodgers take on the Pittsburgh Pirates, the first 40,000 fans in attendance will receive a zip-up hooded sweatshirt courtesy of Bank of America. To purchase tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Muncy to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Hey, so the Atlantic League, Independent League out east tonight, is moving the mound back 1 foot. 61 feet 6 inches for the rest of the year. What do you think?
It'll be very interesting.
This is in conjunction with Major League Baseball, an experimental league. They've used it as kind of a proving ground, a testing ground through the years for different things.
So 1 foot represents about 3 miles an hour of reaction time for the hitter. So a guy that is throwing 95, the hitter's going to feel like it's 95, but it feels like 92.
And so it's going to take the average fastball these days and make it look like the average fastball in 2010.
The only thing I'll worry about is just the pitchers trying too hard and working too hard to feel like they can beat a hitter, that they're going to have to think more about pitching to contact and weak contact compared to blowing people away.
Muncy down on strikes, 2 gone in the 4th.
It will change the release point on their breaking ball much more than the release point on their fastball, because all of a sudden you move them back a foot, that breaking ball right there to Matt should be bouncing possibly on the point of the plate instead of as deep as it did, and maybe the guy doesn't even offer at it because he can tell earlier that it's too low. So there'll be some different stresses on their arms, especially on the breaking stuff.
And the whole idea behind it is just everything that Major League Baseball is doing right now, trying to inject a little more action into the game, trying to get more balls in play. For the first trash can delay of the night. They actually, a couple years ago, announced they were going to move the mound back 2 feet. But there's a huge pushback from pitchers, and they canceled the plan, fearing for the pitcher's health, and rightfully. Turner takes the ball. They've done a lot of studies to try and see what kind of effect this is going to have. And the studies have pointed out a couple things. First of all, it's that there's quite a bit of variance already in where catchers set up. So you are throwing plus or minus a foot based on that all the time. 2-0.
That is true. And I was one to always encourage my catchers that I'll risk the catcher's interference. I want you as close as possible to the hitter. And you have to read particular hitters, because some hitters stride more and start their swing a little later so you can get closer to them, where others stand a little bit more with spread out and don't stride.
Turner hits this one way up there. Solid wood, but got under it, and Tucker makes the catch to end the inning. Through it 4, 7-2. Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Toyota's national sales event is on. Come and find great ways to save on a new Camry. We wanted to be sure to take a minute today to say that we're all working with heavy hearts. One of our longtime cameramen, one of the best in the business, one of our friends, Kurt Struve, lost his mother yesterday. And everybody that knows Kurt probably not going to be shocked to hear he was here doing yesterday's game. He's here doing today's game. Always shows up and is always the best in the business, but the heavy heart like we all have, and we're all thinking of you, buddy. And we sure appreciate you still being here, but we love you. Hang in there. Jason Castro leading off this 5th for the Astros in a 7-2 game. 2 balls, no strikes. Astros getting 1 in the 1st on a Brantley homer, getting 1 in the 4th on a 2-out base hit from Kyle Tucker. Lance McCullers, we were admiring his athletic swing last night. He's in the on-deck circle with the pitcher's spot next. Change falls in there, 2-2. Man, cutter moves a mile, but taken inside, count is full.
Left turn. really good, but just missed.
Destroys the bat with this fastball on the hands. Muncy to the bag, one gone in the fifth.
Pitcher number 43, Lance McCullers Jr.
Lance McCullers Jr., who had 6 2/3 shutout innings last night, and said that he loved pitching in this environment. All the players talked about how much they enjoyed playing in this environment. And the Astros, to one degree or another, have dealt with this kind of response, this kind of reception wherever they've gone. Here in New York, by far the strongest. Those are the teams that were most significantly impacted by what went on in 2017. The Astros beating the Yankees in the ALCS before the World Series. It's the latest in a very long history of sign stealing. Really, as long as there have been signs, there have been stealing signs. Really goes back to the first days of the curveball. Scherzer to McCullers with a 1-2 pitch. He strikes him out with the changeup. First written account of somebody stealing signs, 1876. And then in 2017, one of the most significant sign stealing schemes ever. The Hartford Dark Blues in 1876, there was a shack mounted to a telegraph pole beyond the center field wall, and they put a dude up there, and he would relay whether or not a curveball was coming. Curveball, strike one on Altuve. First time technology was used to steal signs was in 1900. The Phillies ran a telegraph wire under the playing surface from their clubhouse to the third base coaching box so they could shock the third base coach when a curve was coming, and his leg would twitch. Grounded foul, and it's 0-2. First time a trash can was used was 2017. 0-2 on Jose Altuve, who was struck out both times against Scherzer. He struck him out all 3 times tonight.
Every time they cheated, it was wrong.
Caster is our Junior Dodger of the game. His favorite player is Corey Seager. You can join Junior Dodgers for a chance to be the Junior Dodger of the game at Dodgers.com/JRDodgers. Who's in, who's out, brought to you by In-N-Out. A scoreless inning from Yimi Garcia. Sits him down 1-2-3 in the fourth, and here comes Rafael Montero. Yet another new acquisition to this bullpen. Came over in the same deal that got him Kendall Graveman from the Mariners.
Debuted on Sunday against San Francisco. Gave up a hit, got a strikeout, pitched an inning and a third. So he's had a couple days off. Fastball that's going to hover around 96 miles an hour, a little slider, and changeup.
Now the Dodgers hit 4 home runs over the first 3 innings to chase Jake Odorizzi, and then 1-2-3 for Yimi Garcia in the fourth, trying to steady the ship for the Astros. But a 7-2 lead as Seager leads off the fifth.
When the Dodgers hit 3 or more home runs this year, they are 13-1, so it should be an uphill climb for the Astros.
Seager, 0 for 2. Takes ball 1 from Montero. And now strike 1. Hey, that the Phillies scheme where they ran a wire under the ground and shocked the third base coach into his leg twitching.
I was laughing when he said his leg twitched because of the shock.
One day it was twitching so bad because it had rained and he was standing in a puddle that the Reds started to think something was up. And the team captain ran over there and got on his hands and his knees and started digging at the third base coach's box.
No.
And he found the box and the wires, found the device.
I thought the guy was having a stroke.
No.
Twitching.
Just a curveball.
How can you think that there's a wire?
Seager lashes one into the gap in right center field. He's got extra bases to lead off the inning.
Well, the Dodgers have given the fans something to cheer about tonight. They've had plenty to boo about the last 2 days, but tonight it's about the cheering. And Seager threads the gap easily with that line drive.
So after no extra base hits and no runs last night, 7 runs with 6 extra base hits tonight, including Will Smith's first inning homer.
Hitting them to all fields. Betts started in center, Smith to right, and then Betts again in left.
One ball, no strikes. Maybe the most famous sign stealing situation also involved the Dodgers on the losing end of it. In 1951, the New York Giants erased a 13-game deficit to force a 3-game playoff that they won, but it was later revealed that they had set up a sign stealing scheme at the Polo Grounds. Smith.
During my day, it was never confirmed, but there was always rumored that the Chicago White Sox had something going on in their very elaborate scoreboard. Had a lot of lights and bright colors out there, and everybody would always be staring at it to see if anything was changing pre-pitch.
3-1. Rogers Hornsby, Hall of Famer, said that anybody who's ever had a big scoreboard or a clubhouse in center field has used it to deliver signs.
I mean, yeah, one of the rudimentary ways was people with binoculars in bullpens or clubhouses through screens, and you didn't need an electric wire to the third base coach. You just positioned a towel in different places. So you put the towel up on the fence for a certain pitch. You pull the towel down off the fence for another pitch.
It's a walk for Will Smith. First 2 reach against Montero.
I know some teams have done it just for location of which way the catcher moves, especially when you're facing a pitcher that has outstanding command or throws only a certain pitch when a catcher moves a certain way. Changing the location of a towel in a bullpen can let a left-handed hitter or a right-handed hitter. So in Dodger Stadium, with the Dodger bullpen being in left, you could help left-handed hitters because they're facing you. Visiting teams could help right-handed hitters because you're facing that bullpen in right field. And you could tell people visually with a towel somehow that which way the catcher's moving. I worried more about the third and first base coach when it came to that, as you just change posture. When the catcher moves to the outside, you go down to your knees, you could tell your hitters, and when the catcher moves to the inside, you can stand up. And all you have to do in your peripheral vision is see the movement.
First 2 reach ahead of Chris Taylor, who takes ball 1.
And if it was being done, that is within the culture. That is like on the field stealing of signs. Where the culture is broken and where the rule is really broken to the players and management is when it's outside the field. Then you just start telling your catcher to move late, or you start using reverse shifts. And Hitters kind of get lit up a little bit when catchers use reverse shifts, but they're getting location that's wrong.
Montero's 1-0. It's foul, and it's 1-1. So the 1951 famous sign-stealing operation the Giants had was keyed by two guys that never made an at-bat for the team. There was Henry Shanes, who was a second baseman they got from Pittsburgh at the end of June, but hardly ever saw the field. And then a guy named Abe Chadwick, who was an electrician. His job at the Polo Grounds is basically to turn the stadium lights on and off. Well, manager Leo DeRocher comes up with this idea. Giants clubhouse at the Polo Grounds above the center field wall, so the perfect location for spying, perfect location for something like this. The bullpen was behind a screen in right center field, beyond the wall. Taylor bounces one back to Montero, who goes to third, and they get the lead man for the first out of the fifth. So they just needed a way to get the signs from the clubhouse to the bullpen to relay it to the hitter. So DeRocher hires Chadwick, the electrician, has him install a button inside his office in the clubhouse, which had a little window that looked out onto the field. So the button that he installs is wired to a phone inside the bullpen. Every time the button's hit, the phone rings. You just needed somebody to hit the button. So that's where the second baseman that's not playing comes in. He sticks him up in the clubhouse. And he had a telescope from his days as a spy in World War II, spying on the Germans. Sets up the telescope, locks himself inside the office. He handles the button, which buzzes down to the bullpen, and the bullpen relays to the hitters. They cross their legs or toss the ball in the air when a breaking ball's coming. It's bounced foul, and it's 0-1 on Pollock. The Giants that year won 16 straight after it's alleged that that scheme began. 13 of those wins came at the Polo Grounds. They went on a 37-7 tear, erased the 13-game deficit to tie the Dodgers, and then in Game 3 of the tiebreaker, Bobby Thompson hits his shot heard around the world.
I'm still mad about that. Not that old.
51 stuck in your craw.
Yeah.
2 on, 1 out. Pollock hits chopper to short. Correa goes to second. Altuve over to first for a double play. Dodgers going to check real quick, make sure that that was in time, and it looks like they're going to play on. It is a double play. And through at 5 at Dodger Stadium, 7-2 LA.
Friday on all new Backstage Dodgers. Go inside MLB's wild trade deadline period and the Dodgers acquisition of 3-time Cy Young Award winner Max Scherzer, all-star infielder Trey Turner, and pitcher Danny Duffy in the team's quest to repeat as World Series champions. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers this Friday, presented by Cadillac.
Top 6, Dodgers 7, Astros 2, and Max Scherzer's Dodger debut. He's got 7 Ks. He allowed a run in the first and a run in the fourth. Plenty of support, though, with 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third for the Dodgers. Michael Brantley takes a change up for strike 1.
Lefties have had a little more success against Max Scherzer tonight. 3 of the 4 hits he's given up from left-handed batters. Correa is the only exception. Righty's 1 for 9 with 5 Ks.
Brantley waits on it, bangs it into center field for his second hit of the night. Turns the curveball around, and in addition to his home run in the first, he's got a single here in the 6th. Crowd tells you who's coming up. Carlos Correa. Pinpoint with a slider, strike 1. That pitch over the last 5 years is the #1 slider in baseball. This year, the league hitting 133. Scherzer just turned 37, and he's not slowing down one bit.
Still as competitive as ever. Still throwing 97. Still able to throw all his pitches for strikes and locate them. He's in that elite class of stuff and command.
One and two. And the way that he packages it and presents it with a fury.
He goes from calm to aggressive when he starts the engine right here.
He strikes him out. His 8th of the game. Including 4 of Altuve and Correa.
You just love the way the great ones deliver the ball and how it comes out of their hand. They seem to get closer to the hitter. They seem to accelerate through every pitch. And they create that deception with velocity and movement and delivery. And it just seems to flow.
Runner at first, one gone. Yordan Alvarez. Strike one. Alvarez normally very patient. Goes after a first pitch fastball. Comes up empty. The only player that swings at pitches in the strike zone less than Yordan Alvarez, a much, much different kind of hitter who's coming this weekend, David Fletcher of the Angels.
Different in size, shape, and power.
Yes. Other than that, same dude. One on, one out. 1-1 pitch. Strike two. Alvarez, one of the great two-strike hitters in this Astros lineup.
Well, he smoked that ball to left for that base hit.
Was it 56 mile per hour exit velocity?
About that 13 hopper.
Into left center field. Pollock on the move. He's at the edge of the track. He's got it.
Perfect example of a ball that's well hit but has side spin. You see that same ball flight with Corey Seager at times. But when you backspin it that way, that's when you get the home run and double.
After the leadoff hit, 2 up, 2 down, and now Aledmys Diaz. 0 for 2 today for the hottest Astros hitter coming into this game, hitting .370 in his 6 games off of the injured list. See that pad on his hand? He missed a month with a broken hand. First one from Max Scherzer. Just away, ball 1. See the updated score in Phoenix. 3-0. Giants in front, getting a much-needed bounce-back start from Kevin Gausman, who had an ERA above 6 over his last 3. Gausman just 2 hits over 5 shutout innings. And he's only thrown 62 pitches, so a lot left in the tank for him. Scherzer deals. He's gotten tight on these last couple. It's 2-0.
Where you just convince yourself to not change a thing when you're on the mound. It is not even an adjustment. Just keep looking at the target and throwing at it.
That allows Brantley to move into scoring position.
Fastball in target and then just pulled it away.
There's the strike, 3-1.
Three on the edge and one wild one. But still the stuff to get another out.
Fly ball to left field. Pollock comes on. Seager goes out. It's Corey Seager to put it away and end the 6th. In a lot of ways, this quick 2-game series is a snapshot of the whole season. They get shut out last night. They've got 7 runs on 7 hits, including 4 home runs through 5 innings tonight.
Well, they just need to flatten it out a little bit. Get around the magic number 4 every night, and things will look a lot better than the record. They really need to climb over 500 a ways to finish the season off.
Bellinger doubled his last time. Swings and misses at Montero's first pitch. We check in with Kirsten.
Joe, when Dave Roberts spoke to the media this afternoon, he talked about Cody Bellinger, some of these struggles he's been having at the plate. He said that while he's been grinding, really trying to find his rhythm at the plate, we do have to keep in mind that he did come off of shoulder surgery this year, what he had in the offseason. And with that, he still has to build that muscle on his shoulder. So with doing that, he said that the focus is for him, of course, to find his rhythm, but to use these next 2 months before the postseason to work with the training staff and continuing to build that muscle, guys.
Down 0-2 here. One and two. Diaz. 1 out.
Join us on Wednesday, August 18th, as the Dodgers take on the Pittsburgh Pirates. The first 40,000 fans in attendance will receive a 2020 World Series replica ring courtesy of Bank of America. To purchase your tickets, visit Dodgers.com/tickets.
With 1 away, Scherzer comes up 0 for 2 tonight. Strike 1. Ball 1. Stays alive there. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Seven to 2 lead. Max in the box. Dave Roberts wouldn't mind if he just watches a little bit and comes over and sits down and rests.
Go do your best house impression.
Yeah, it's hard to, you just can't tell people to do that. You've got to let them be themselves and stay in the rhythm of the game. But as a manager or pitching coach, that's almost what you're wishing for.
2-2. Hey, full count. Could he reach for the first time this year?
If he walks, he should ask for the ball.
That's right. Authenticate that bad boy. Stays alive. Slapping and foul. He's going to fit in perfectly with his pitching staff at the plate.
John Travolta. Staying alive.
Yep, I'm with you.
Staying alive.
Boy, you put Travolta and Dieterle and Oral together. Magic. Scherzer down on strikes, 2 gone. Before Mookie bats again, a word from Carl's Jr.
Celebrate this summer with the new BLT Ranch hand-breaded chicken sandwich or BLT Ranch Angus Thick Burger from Carl's Jr.
Yeah, the king of the 3 home run game has 2 already tonight. He had 2 in his first 2 at-bats. Just missed one. Fouled it down the line his last time up before popping out. It's Mize, it's Sosa, it's Betts. Figure it's a matter of time before Mookie stands alone. Fouls this one off. There's his 2 tonight. The first inning to lead off the game, tied at 1. And then he did it again in the second.
And then his last at bat, in the second to last pitch, he pulled it foul, thought he had one that he could hit for a home run, and then he popped up to the catcher on one right down the middle of the next pitch. And both swings, he thought, oh, I missed it.
Maybe saying, how can you say it's a matter of time before the guy gets 3 home runs? Well, he's done it 6 times, and he's 28.
Well, he has a tendency to get locked in and duplicate things. You know, when your number 1 sport is bowling and you have a 300 game, he has more than one 300 game.
Yeah.
That means he can kind of get in a groove. So I think he's got a chance.
1-2 from Montero is foul. Basically a second sport for him, bowling. He plays occasional PBA event, as many celebrity tournaments as he can fit in the winter. Goes on a bowling tour in Texas every winter where a bunch of the pros play in local tournaments to get ready for the real season. He gets in those whenever he's eligible and plays against the big dogs. Flies one to center field, but Tucker's got room. In the crowd, you don't blame them watching that ball with their hearts. World champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Nissan. The model year end at Nissan. Hurry before these deals take off. Shop NissanUSA.com. All 7 runs coming over the first 3 innings, all coming off home runs. Mookie with 2, Pollock with 1, Smith with 1. And Max Scherzer in his Dodger debut back out there for the 7th inning. He struck out 8. He's walked none. Kyle Tucker watches strike 1 on the 90th pitch of the night from Scherzer.
Of those 8 Ks, he's got 3 with fastballs, 3 with changeups, and then a couple of solo shots with those. At the slider and the curveball each have 1.
Scherzer routinely crosses 100 pitches. He's not thrown more than 109 in a game. Facing Kyle Tucker, drove in one of the 2 Astros runs with a 2-out base hit in the 4th. The other one came in a Brantley homer in the 1st. On a 2-1. Tucker swings through the high fastball, and it's 2-2. We talk about the slider and the changeup both being below 150. Same thing with the fastball when it's up there. Opponents are hitting 125 against it. Rocks and fires 2-2. Back foot 3-2. The payoff. And he walked him. Just misses. That's the first walk issued by Scherzer, and it leads off his 7th.
Fastball has been dominant tonight. He's gotten a lot of swings and misses, the most swings and misses. And he's also filled the strike zone, so that walk is kind of rare. With 70% strikes coming out of his hand.
Leadoff man on. Here's the 7-hitter, Robel Garcia. One ball, no strikes. Blake Treinen getting ready. Blake Treinen was the starting pitcher until Max Scherzer showed up. He was in Washington. And when Scherzer signed his deal, that's what, for good, moved Treinen into the bullpen. Garcia hits a towering fly ball to center field, but no big deal for Chris Taylor. And there's one gone. The catcher, Castro, 0 for 2. There goes Tucker. Throw from Smith, not in time. Tucker, big, tall player on those long strides. He's got good speed. And he's stolen second.
A little bit of a risk. Down 7-2, but they're just pushing the envelope right there. And Max Scherzer really in a rhythm out there where he wasn't given too big a look over there at first.
A look at second and an 0-1 pitch after he steps off. It's another sellout crowd tonight, and by 32 people, it breaks last night's season high across baseball. 52,724. Highest attended big league game in 2021. '100th pitch from Scherzer is foul, and it's 1-2. Of course, Max Scherzer would love to finish off 7 innings here in his Dodger debut. He averages more than 6 per. Always gets deep into games. Always gives you a lot of starts over the course of a season. 27 or more starts. 11 consecutive normal years. Of course, tossed last year out. His 1-2 to Jason Castro. His 2-2 to Jason Castro. Good take, full count.
Still feels like a dream when you see him in a Dodger uniform.
Sure does, doesn't it? Dream or video game?
Yeah. I'm going to put my team together. I'm going to call them the Dodgers. I'll get Scherzer.
Under the payoff pitch to the Astro catcher, Jason Castro. Strikes him out like a house by the side of the road. Watch his strikeout number 9 for Scherzer.
Back door. Little cutter. And it makes it to the corner. Hangs on the edge and then gets a little bigger slice of the plate as it arrives.
You know, it's going to be interesting if he lost him there, what Dave Roberts was going to do. You've got Blake Trinan down there warm, ready to come in. You know Dave Roberts doesn't want to go pull Max Scherzer an out or two away from finishing 7. Yeah, right now he's in the rocking chair. Watching Scherzer face the pinch hitting Chas McCormick. Strike 1. McCormick looked less than comfy watching that break in.
Max actually has reverse splits because of the outstanding changeup. The righties hit him a little better, but all of 198.
Quickly 0-2. McCormick on the first 2 has stood no shot. Scherzer has 10 strikeout games this year. He's got 9 and an 0-2 count and a packed house rising.
That was so close to a jumbo jack. The spatula was a check swing.
The 1-2 pitch. Fouls back the fastball. So after 3 consecutive sliders, turns it up. McCormick dumps it straight back. It stays at 1 ball, 2 strikes.
It's because of pitch selection right there. You slow him down with the breaking stuff, and you get away with the fastball down the middle when you were trying to light it up on the black away. You can now go back to the breaking ball.
The 1-2. He struck him out. Blew it by him. 10 Ks in his Dodger debut. quite a line in his Dodger debut and quite a night. A night to remember for Max Scherzer and everybody here. This is moments ago. A curtain call in his Dodger debut. Thunderous roar after thunderous roar tonight, none louder than the 10th strikeout and the curtain call that followed.
He emphatically shook to the fastball. He had the breaking ball set up for the 10th strikeout, but he emphatically shook to the fastball, threw it right back in the same place down the middle, upped it a mile an hour, and got the final punch out. And then an ovation as he walked off, and a curtain call for a pitcher. That was awesome.
Muncy leads off the 7, takes a strike from Brooks Raley, and it was strikeout number 10. So by himself, Max Scherzer gets everybody a jumbo jack tomorrow. Not just his debut, but against the Houston Astros. And a night after they were shut out 3-0 by the Astros. Relatively speaking, running out of time in this season. 2 months left. A sense of urgency from the whole team. And he shows up and does this. 2-1 on Muncy.
He hadn't sat down yet.
How about the scene in that dugout, though, as he came off? Yeah, everybody high-fiving him, to be expected, but then the looks they were exchanging after he walked by, like, did you see that? Muncy down looking. Just looked out of sorts that time up there. 1 away in the 7th.
Think of the high fives that have been given in that dugout this year. David Price, Albert Pujols.
Mostly hugs from him.
Clayton Kershaw. Max Scherzer.
That's where Scherzer goes now. Settles up next to Clayton Kershaw.
And the clubhouse and bench are just oozing with wisdom.
Strike on Turner. Talk about oozing with wisdom. A few years ago at the MLB Awards banquet, Scherzer and Clayton Kershaw were there getting honored as the Cy Young Award winners in their respective leagues. So they got to sit at the head table on either side of the guest of honor, Sandy Koufax. And it turned into a class on the curveball. Max says he spent most of the night apologizing for having his iPhone out because he was furiously jotting notes down into his iPhone, taking the advice that Sandy was given. Turner bounces one to the hole at short. Correa skips it over there to get him. A little after the dugout reaction shot we looked at there, Dave Roberts and Bob Guerin high-fived, and Dave had that look on his face like, wow, and he was smiling like a kid that had come to the game to watch it. As good as you had dreamed, as good as you had hoped when the deal went down. Really finds it and throws late. Seager's on with 2 out.
There at least will be a phone call. Deflection. Lost it. Found it. Get it over there. Not in time. Ooh.
Remember, the Astros challenged already and were unsuccessful. So it would have to be a crew chief initiated review until the 8th inning when they can then request a crew chief review. And rarely are you going to see a crew chief on a bang-bang play like that say, let's review it.
Corey Seager ends up with a hit.
Bounce to third. And Garcia across to get Smith. And end the 7th. Dodgers up 7-2 to the 8th. And a hug from Halbert. Nissan calendar, 3 more games on this homestand. After an off day tomorrow, it's the Angels in town over the weekend. Then they hit the road in Philadelphia starting on Tuesday.
Get your tickets to see the Dodgers host the Angels for a weekend series beginning on Friday. Stay after the game for Friday night fireworks presented by Q-Cells, and come early on Sunday for Viva Los Dodgers celebration in the Center Field Plaza presented by Coca-Cola and Spectrum. To purchase, visit Dodgers.com/tickets.
Joe Kelly, who certainly has his own place in this rivalry's history, on to pitch and on to a great hand from a crowd that acknowledges his place.
The facial expression seen around the world. A little pout. In the middle of a rivalry game of these two, and the emotions were high. And Joe Kelly is not going to back down from anything.
You know he's going to face him in this inning. Bray will be the 3rd guy up. The guy that he said, nice swing, bud. Altuve happy to have anybody other than Scherzer in there. He struck him out all 3 times. First pitch curveball. He went around, strike 1.
Of Scherzer's 10, Altuve was 3. 1 on the fastball away. Then he gets him with a changeup. And the 3rd one is a fastball on the black.
Doubled up on it, 0-2. Jose Altuve hadn't struck out 3 times in a game all year. He's already got 3, and he's down 0-2. Altuve strikes out for the 4th time tonight.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. And boy, it's been a good night for the Dodgers pitchers. Kelly with 1 batter and 1 K.
Altuve's 2nd career 4 strikeout game. Had one in 2018 against the A's. And he has one tonight at Dodger Stadium. 3 from Scherzer, 1 from Kelly. 1 gone 8th inning. Michael Brantley stands in. Strike 1.
He swung the bat like he was swinging it in a pool.
Another good day for Brantley, though. He's got a home run and a single, boosting his major league leading average to .333.
First 4 pitches were breaking balls. First 4 pitches got swings and misses. The first fastball at 99, a ball.
One and two. Stays at a ball and 2 strikes on Brantley. With Correa on deck. 7-2 Dodgers. All 7 runs coming over the first 3 innings. 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third. Looking. 2 of the best hitters in baseball. Altuve and Brantley down on strikes against Joe Kelly.
1 strikeout swinging, 1 strikeout looking. Now a chance at a crescendo.
With Carlos Correa coming up. One and all. Fly to right. Bellinger to the corner. Can't fault him. 1-1.
The ball's fair game if it's in the stands. The player can reach in and get it, but there's no interference if it's there.
Somebody in a Dodger uniform is going to make a nice catch there. And he did. Dave Everett's out to discuss with Mark Carlson.
Making sure the umpires had this ball in the stands.
As long as he doesn't reach over the invisible barrier up from the wall. That's fair game.
Nice play, sir.
He's just happy at 7-2 in August and not the NLCS Game 6. Kelly's 1-1 to Correa. Is down and away, ball 2. The 2-1. Strike two.
Bellinger might have caught the foul ball, but the fan that caught it might have just provided more entertainment.
What a treat tonight has been. Drive left field. Correa wins this battle with a home run to left. And I don't imagine there have been too many more satisfying swings than that one in the long career of Carlos Correa.
He got the head out, and he enjoyed every moment of it. Not afraid to be an entertainer himself.
17th of the season for him. It's a 7-3 game. Kelly DeJordan Alvarez. One ball, one strike. Wrap that one around the plate. Ball two. There's nobody warming in the Dodger bullpen. Foul, and it's 2-2. Fly to left. Pollock ends the inning. Solo shot for Correa. 7-3 lead for the Dodgers. After the game, stay with us. Access Sportsnet Dodgers with those fellas there. John, Ned, and Jerry. Turn the page, Jerry. Phil Maton on the pitch. The Dodgers up 7-3, bottom of the 8th.
The fans would like to have a few more things to cheer about. Maybe it's the offense here for sure. It's going to be the last out if the Dodgers can just stay on top. 3 more outs only for the Houston offense. And it looks like they'll be facing the big fella. Kenley Jansen warms.
Taylor to lead it off. It's been on twice tonight. Single in the first, walk in the third. Scored on the home run from Pollock that came after that walk. 7 runs on 8 hits, and all 7 scoring on homers. Taylor gets into this one, way up to left, but got under it, and Alvarez will put it away. 1 pitch, 1 out for Maytown.
Just shaking my head watching Chris Taylor hit. He's 6th in the order. Where will he hit when Trey Turner comes on the team?
Yeah.
You're going to be looking at a guy possibly that was our leadoff hitter, our number 3 hitter, our number 4 hitter, our number 5 hitter, produced in all slots, was an all-star, and could end up be hitting below 6 when we get another player.
Just Pollock with 1 away. Yeah.
Yep. Matter of fact.
Yep. And depending on the day, they do envision Trey Turner 2nd, 3rd in the lineup. So he's going to hit in one of those prime spots.
Well, he's got to hit near the top because of his speed.
Yeah.
And 3rd, 2 out, nobody on. He gets a base hit. He can steal 2nd, and he's the kind of guy that can create his own rally with 2 outs.
Pollock goes the other way. 2nd hit of the night. His unreal stretch continues. He's already extended the hitting streak to 13 games. On base streak is now 22. And he's hitting almost 450 in that time.
He's so together, and his timing is so good right now. It looked like he actually was steering that ball to the right side.
Pollock aboard for Bellinger's got a double tonight. And this one almost and did hit him. Obviously no intent there.
Not with a breaking ball.
Phil Maytown's not exactly the character that come on plugging dudes. High spin rate, low velocity, breaking ball pitcher.
Yeah. Grazed his pant leg. Looks like he got him a little bit. He's limping a little bit as he wanders off first.
2 on, 1 out, and Beatty up as the pinch hitter. Falls over the outside corner, strike 1.
Dodgers look like they're just going to hold serve with the San Francisco Giants, who have matched the Dodger run production so far. In Arizona, they have 7 in the 7th, and they are up 7-1.
Beatty to left, Alvarez. Padres blew a 9th inning lead today in Oakland and lost in extras. So the lead for the Dodgers up to 3.5 over San Diego. One more chance for Mookie at a 3rd home run.
Second base, number 50, Mookie Betts.
And similar to earlier in the day where I think Altuve was up to hit and he said you could close your eyes and tell what the outcome is. You can close your eyes and tell who's coming up. When Mookie's right, when it's his turn to stride to the plate, there's a certain buzz that comes out of this place. 1 ball, no strikes. Buzz and an anticipation. Tonight, the knowledge that he's already hit 2. Probably many fans sitting here knowing his history. Knowing that he's 6 times in his career hit 3 in a game. 2 on, 2 out, 1-0. Betts lines it to center for Tucker, and that'll do it. Let's go to the 9th. Kenley Jansen coming on with a 4-run lead as the Dodgers try to split this series with the Astros. On Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your SoCal Land Rover retailers. A 7-3 lead as this game goes to the 9th inning. And presents a good landing spot for Kenley Jansen as he tries to get his season back on track. 4-run lead. 5, 6, and 7 coming up.
First half of the season, I thought he was an all-star snub, and I think he took that to heart, but some of the energy he brought into the second half has not found the strike zone, and you're right, Joe, he's trying to find it again. He wants to get back on the beam and be the man at the end of the game, and this crowd wants to see him throw his best tonight.
Diaz, Tucker, and Garcia due up for the Astros, who got their runs in the 1st, the 4th, and the 8th. Dodgers front-loaded things tonight with 7 over the first 3 innings on 4 home runs. And Jansen, who has put together back-to-back scoreless outings after giving up runs in 3 straight, ready to face Diaz. One ball, no strikes. One ball, 1 strike. One of the big issues for Kenley that's popped up lately has been the walks. He's issued 8 of them, make that 6 of them in his last 4 games. He had issued 8 over his previous 2 months. There's 1-1 in there, strike 2. Fastball ripped to left, base hit for Diaz to open the 9th.
Nobody gets examined out of a bullpen under a microscope more than the closer. So right there, a cutter that was supposed to be away. It doesn't cut, and it's on the inside corner.
Kyle Tucker has reached 5 times in the 2 games in this series. 2 hits, 3 walks. Knocked it around with his base hit in the 4th. Fouls off Jansen's first pitch. Tucker crushes a ball. It's a 2-run home run, and it's a 2-run game.
Goes up, it's not cutting. He did a nice job getting on top of it. It wasn't a strike. Boy, did he hammer it. Got the barrel above the ball and kept it on a line.
Robel Garcia. Strike one from Jansen. Blake Treinen warming for the second time. And this time, some haste. One ball, one strike. Back-to-back breaking balls. This one's in there, and it's 1-2. And for Jansen, obviously scars from the World Series against these guys in 17, but more recently gave up 5 runs without getting an out when he faced the Astros in this park last September. His 1-2 is fouled off.
He's glad to have gotten strikes with the breaking balls, but he can't be happy with the location. That last fastball was much better as far as hitting a spot.
Into the bottom of the order here in a 2-run game in the 9th. His 1-2 pitch gets Garcia swinging.
It's a start.
Catcher number 18, Jason Castro.
3 breaking balls. That one, the best of them.
One gone in the 9th for Jason Castro. After him, it's the pitcher's spot, then the top with Altuve. And oh man, would he love to get these next 2 and not have to see Altuve. Strike one. Ball one.
That home run sometimes can shock you into a place where you just get such tunnel vision that you don't even know where you are in the order. It's just about seeing the catcher's fingers and trying to hit the glove. Wow. Definitely a strike.
Man, when you're feeling the pressure the way you know he is right now, that cuts deep. Big swing in the count. Instead of a 1-2, here's a 2-1. Now it evens up 2-2.
That was a great job coming back with a very good pitch after getting squeezed. Whether that pitch got called a strike or a ball, you knew you were going to have to throw another one. You got to stay locked in.
Jansen deals.
I'm feeling like if Kenley doesn't get this guy, I think Treinen's in the game.
Pinch hitter, rookie Jake Myers on deck. 2-2 again. Got him swinging. Back-to-back Ks on breaking balls. 2 gone in the 9th.
Yeah, the breaking ball has been the rescue pitch for this inning. He's started to find the fastball, hasn't really found the cutter, but the breaking ball has been enough.
Pitcher number 6, Jake Myers.
And hopefully umpire Mark Carlson got all that bat.
Quick visit from Mark Pryor to go over the hitter.
He's making only his 3rd career plate appearance. And Myers struck out for the last out of the game on Sunday in his big league debut. Grounded out last night. And now here he is trying to get it to Altuve, who's on deck. One ball, no strikes. Two and 0.
Correa silenced the boos earlier. Jansen does not want Altuve to have a chance to do it himself. He needs to get in the strike zone right here.
7-5, 2 gone in the 9-2-0 pitch. Ball 3. There's a ball away from Blake Trinan coming into the game. And Jose Altuve coming to the plate. Strike one.
And tying runs on deck. You throw this ball right down the middle with the movement you want.
That's exactly what he did, and it's 3-2.
Wash, rinse, repeat.
He struck him out, and that does it. The Dodgers split the 2 games with the Houston Astros. 7-5 the final as Mookie Betts hits 2 home runs and Max Scherzer in his Dodger debut strikes out 10.
A different night, a different story, a different result, a W, an off day tomorrow, and will they launch from here?
They launched a bunch early in this game. Betts' home runs were 2 of the 4 for the Dodgers. What a night it was for so many different reasons. One of the most electric regular season nights in this park in a long, long time. Roel Hershiser, Kirsten Watson, and the rest of our crew. Joe Davis saying so long from Dodger Stadium. Enjoy the off day, and we'll talk to you on Friday night.